Think that the scent of freshly cut grass is simplistic? Well, guess again. That scent we all know and love, that unmistakable scent. It's sharp, lively, energetic. It's actually a sign of distress from the grass. And one legendary perfumer took that scent of distress and turned it into something elegant and enigmatic. Hello, my fragrant friends, and welcome back to Aromatic Adventures by PJ. I am PJ, and together we will discuss the hidden histories of fragrance and talk about how scent shapes the way we live, love, and design the spaces we call home. This adventure takes us to 1940s France, late 1940s France. Now, as you know, World War II had ended, and Europe was in the process of rebuilding. And even though Reconstruction was on everyone's minds, women still wanted to indulge, as they did, with fragrance. Now, the options at that time were mainly powdery, fresh florals, things that were polite. But a woman by the name of Germaine Cellier didn't do polite. She wanted something new and fierce and bold. Germaine Cellier was born in Bordeaux, France in 1909. She went on to earn a degree in chemistry in 1930, and for a while she worked at Colgate-Palmolive as a perfumer. Then she met a designer by the name of Robert Piguet, and he was looking for someone to create perfume that would match his youthful designs. So Cellier created two iconic fragrances that you can still find today. They are Fracas and Bandit. With the success of Bandit and Fracas, Mademoiselle Cellier was a perfume star. She was then approached by another legendary designer by the name of Pierre Balmain. Now, Balmain asked her to create a fragrance for him. And at about the same time, this is 1947, Cellier had heard of a molecule called cis-3-hexanol, which was starting to gain some attention in the world of chemistry. Cis-3-hexanol, also known as leaf alcohol, is naturally occurring in nearly every green plant, and it's sort of a protection mechanism. Say, for instance, larvae is attacking a blade of grass. Cis-3-hexanol is released when that grass is cut, and it attracts predatory insects that will come to sort of rescue the grass from the herbivore insects. Very interesting, huh? So Mademoiselle Cellier was interested in this note, and she used it because it was natural and it had been something that nobody ever really used before. And because, again, prior to that, most women were after floral, powdery scents that were very feminine. And this changed the game. She bottled this. She added a little bit of violet leaf, some lily of the valley, oak moss, and she named it Vent Vert, which means green wind in French. In a word, Vent Vert was ferocious. It opened bold with the note of galbanum resin and the grassy green note, and it was fresh, it was unapologetic, it was raw. It was described as grassy and earthy, but not too clean. As with anything new, critics were divided. Some called it too brash to be beautiful, yet some people got it. It was the fashion world, of course, and bold women that gravitated towards this new scent that hadn't yet been explored in fragrance, because again, everybody went for the soft notes, and this was not soft. Together, Mademoiselle Cellier and Monsieur Balmain created this fragrance that was truly groundbreaking and original. It was like a meadow bursting through concrete. It was like the equivalent of Yves Saint Laurent's safari jacket. It was bold and a bit rebellious, and that's why people liked it. And it also paved the way for an entire new genre of fragrance making. It paved the way for scents like Dior's Diorissimo, Chanel's Number 19, and Estee Lauder's Alliage. It pioneered sort of this modern take on fragrance and the modern woman. So why do we love the scent of grass so much? Well, I think it's pretty simple. Grass signifies simplicity in the best way. It reminds us of endless summer days, of being a child and being out for the summer, just spending your days running through the meadow, feeling the grass between your toes. It also reminds us of sports and a sporty, energetic lifestyle. The scent of grass smells like the soccer pitch, the football field, simple pleasures in life. One of my all-time favorite green fragrances is called Calyx, and it was produced by Prescriptives in 1990 or 1991. Unfortunately, Calyx does not exist anymore. The company Prescriptives doesn't exist anymore. They were a great cosmetics company, and by the way, I think they really pioneered the foundation matching genre way before anybody else, and unfortunately, well, they're not around anymore. But Prescriptives made Calyx for a few years, and although grass is not an official note in the fragrance, it's guava, it's grapefruit, lily of the valley. It's mainly fruity, but to my nose, it reads grass. It reminds me of that freshness of being outside in the summer. And I decided I would try and recreate that. I have a very tiny bottle left over from years ago. It still smells great. But I decided I would recreate that at home. And so I took some wax. I took 3 cubes of a minty wax. It's rosemary and mint. And I took that and I added in some orange. And it sounds like a weird combination. I wanted to get the citrus element and that greenery element. I got close, not quite there yet. I'm still experimenting, but I did get the overall green freshness with a touch of citrus. So I'm going to tweak it and find out what happens. But if you do want the scent of grass in your own home, it's honestly kind of hard. I have not seen a lot of home fragrances that are grass inspired, like one or two when summer rolls around, but it isn't, I, I don't see it as being that popular. So if you would like to try it at home, I recommend going with a combination of Lily of the Valley, although it's floral, it's a green floral. Lily of the Valley, try rosemary, try mint. Mint is almost cooling, so it's not quite a grassy scent, but you can work with those different types of notes to try and achieve what to your nose might come across as grassy. And add in a citrus, have fun, experiment. It's really wonderful when you have the opportunity in the way of wax or oil for diffusers. You can experiment so much to try and get a scent just right. You feel like Mademoiselle Cellier in the laboratory, tweaking this, adding a touch of that. It's really quite fun. 2 scents I'm experimenting with right now and having great success with are grass inspired. One is truly grass inspired, but it has a note of pepper, black pepper in it, and that elevates it to this sharpness. It makes it very much more energetic than a typical grass scent would be. The other scent kind of reminds me of Calyx in the respect that it isn't grass forward, but it reminds me of grass. It's mossy. It reminds me of being in some rolling hills. So it's not purely grass. It's a little bit moss. It's a little bit floral, but it puts me in that same feeling. They both actually put me in the feeling of Friday Night Lights. You know, it's that season again where everybody's going to see football games. And if you're a fan of football, and especially the NFL, take my quiz, it's in the description, and find out what your favorite football team smells like, quote unquote, smells like, just for fun. So thank you for joining me on this aromatic adventure. And please like and subscribe and take my quiz. And if you would like to try samples of the fragrances, the home fragrances I mentioned, contact me below. Thanks. Bye for now.